Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to City Heroes. We're getting into Champion Select right now with WB. Is it?
WP, World of Prime.
Welda Prime versus
E-Domination.
E-Domination. Sorry, we had a mix-up actually. We just figured out the names. So Welda Prime apparently really skilled team. A lot of high-level players. Soraka ban coming out the door, and Fizz on the other side, likely targeted ban. You know anything about these two teams?
Not really, but I've heard good things about them.
That guy's name is Fnatic, so
He has a lot to live up to. A
probably,
Malphite ban.
probably really OP.
World of
Malphite
Prime
ban.
is actually awesome.
Oh really?
Oh, well, the Prime is. So, well, the Prime apparently is from Dawson. That's good to know. That's really cool. Nice of them to show up. It's nice of all the teams to show up here, actually. Make this a really big organization, big tournament.
Lulu ban, that's a
Lulu, Malphite, Soraka.
very contested pick in actual and LCS. 100% pick ban rate with Lulu.
I like the Malphite ban because with the way games swing and end in one team fight nowadays, Malphite's initiation is very highly valued. Same goes for Lulu, but she obviously has the disengage. Kog'Maw's banned, no surprise there. The first pickup is Fnatic picking up Nidalee, likely in the jungle.
Interesting pick, really strong for getting picks off in lane, but not the greatest of team fighters.
Doesn't really show us too much yet of what that composition is going to be. Let's just see what purple team. Sorry. I haven't seen these teams play previously, so I can't say really anything about the Nidalee pick.
On pickup.
From. Okay, we have a bot lane.
Very strong bot lane actually. Very hard to engage on an Ezreal if he goes blue build with a Braum. They have constant slows. It's very hard to catch on to them or for you to run away from them if they land their skill shots.
Yeah, it's not a bad response to actually something like this. There's unfortunately not a lot of clear on those champions, and they're starting to build up on clear. Jin's clear is not so good, but once it gets to the C-Jane stages of the game, the mid game, that could be a problem if Ezreal doesn't get going fast enough. The reason I don't like Ezreal in this meta is particularly because it takes him a while to get going. Games end fast. You don't really have the opportunity to give yourself that time anymore. You have the other bot lane being locked in here. We don't know if Ezreal is going mid or bottom, but I wouldn't imagine him going mid, given the amount of wave clearing champions there are nowadays.
Vayne pickup.
Vayne instead of Jhin. Vayne, Janna. It's a lot of damage on the Vayne. I mean, the Nidalee, that attack speed, the attack damage from the shield, from Janna.
Like they're running Fervor too. That stacks up pretty fast, but you have good attack speed.
I wonder if their last two picks will round out something where they protect Vayne and force team fights.
Kind of interesting that Udyr is open, but there seems no likelihood that he's going to get picked.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the blue team's composition is going for.
Looks
You have decent siege, but you have Vayne picked in, which is sort of like going to be one of forcing fights.
looks like
somewhere.
purple team's going for a lot of AoE that can be dished out really fast, but they're very EP heavy.
Yeah, a lot of magic damage on that team. Amumu being picked up as well as Echo. I guess we're seeing Echo top or mid, and obviously Amumu. I don't imagine Amumu's going top. Second Amumu pick that we see actually. Riven being hovered. That would be fun. And being locked in. Nice. All right.
We've got the solo queue team composition. Not that
Yeah.
it's bad, but the typical solo queue. You
yeah.
see the not necessarily that they are tryhards, but the typical tryhard composition.
Both Riven and Vayne in the same team.
And Nidalee, mind you, too.
Yeah, I mean, in some regions that's really considered. Oh man,
Oh, that's a brutal team composition.
this team has so much cojones. Is really, really, really brave. I mean,
Maybe Annie pickup for the flash engage would be really strong to round out that team.
huh? They would need something to get in. They don't really have a way to get in. You can't really depend on a Nidalee to engage.
Or
and-
even
and
a
hope-
Janna. Now that
No,
they've
you-
nerfed her Tornado and it's really short range if you unleash it before it
They're
channels.
just not good. They're not reliable. Riven is semi-reliable, but she'll die very often getting there. So yeah, they kind of need something. But just that being said, Annie's engage is mainly based around her flash. So what are they going to do outside of that? Likely they're going to try and contest objectives away from towers, so likely neutral objectives, because a team with not a high amount of engage, but a much amount of damage coming out of Vayne and Riven being protected by Janna and Italy, that's
I'm hoping for Fiddlesticks.
incredibly potent neutral objective.
Looks
team
like
fighting
Purple
team.
Team's build is basically, don't even come near us, we're not going to let you. Very good peel for the Purple Team. They have a lot of peel off. It could be very hard for Blue Team to engage on them with their current team composition.
But peel isn't how you win games, so what are they planning on doing? It looks like they have half a poke comp. I mean, Echo is about 0.5 of a poke champion.
Carriers is not a poke champion.
Yeah, so they have a little bit better sieging, but their clear is still lacking, I think.
The only thing they could hope for perhaps is to get a little bit of poke out before they do a full engage, because they do have strong engage. They're half poke, half engage, it feels like.
I'm trying to see the win conditions for both these team comps right now, and I see blue teams as being really strong just in team fights anywhere outside lanes. They can chase anybody down.
Yeah, Purple Team is definitely going to watch out. Blue Team has insane snowball potential with all those champions if they get ahead.
Purple team just looks like they want you to dive them, but you can't depend on that if that's your win condition. I don't. What is their follow-up to the Amumu engage, for example, other than from what happens? Suppose there's the Ezreal ultimate.
With a
We'll
Janna
see
disengage.
how they get that Darius in there, how they get the Echo and the Darius to deal maximum damage. And we'll see if blue team does go for neutrals very often and for that team fight grouping very fast, because the team looks really strong in that area. And we'll be back in a little bit. in game 2, WP versus ED?
Yeah, E domination.
E domination. All right. All right. Let's quickly see what the beginning of the game is going to look like. Thank you very much. Are we going to see traditional lanes? Looks like it. We're going to see Ezreal walking down to the bottom, Nidalee and Vayne prepping the Krugs. See if Braum and Ezreal decide to take Gromp or if Amumu is going to start that.
Really weird level 1 fights are gonna happen if this.
Yeah, they're just making sure they're not moving into the river. That's all that ward
Yeah, a
is
little bit of poking.
good for, and that's not a normal path that Nidalee is going to take. She's not going to move through that area, so really that's just safety so that she doesn't move directly to the
Darius.
scuttler or directly to
Oh, and
Amumu's
he's walking
camps.
up. Maybe they're gonna say hello.
Oh, Darius taking
A little bit
his
of
sweet
damage.
time. Yeah, but he's going to be fine. Taking a little bit too much time though. Don't want to have a health deficit when the lane starts, especially not against Riven. That
Even
doesn't
look
sound
at, even
good.
Riven's backing. There's little damage she took.
She decided against it because she saw the minion wave. So both bot lanes actually starting to help their junglers, so nobody's going to get any level advantage or anything like that. That forebodes well for Vayne because she kind of wants to relax at first. Slowly outdamage Ezreal just through minion waves and auto-attacking.
Top lane is gonna be a very close game, I find.
Yeah, we'll see. There is Echo and Annie in the mid lane. That's more or less a stale lane. There is Nidalee, though, invading. Oh, and she gets the smite and the Q onto Amumu. This is likely a dead Amumu unless he has to burn his flash here.
Amumu
He's
running
gonna have
away
to
with his
flash
cool
over
tears.
the wall. Or there's no way. Oh,
Oh,
beautiful
damn.
Q connects. He totally knew where he was going. First blood, beautifully done to that Nidalee. That was a fantastic spear.
Very good prediction.
Oh, and more
Oh,
coming.
Landing on the prom, chugging for
Yeah.
a bit of HP. You gotta watch out for those long range spears.
I mean, if you're in the area, the enemy team knows you're in the area. You might as well just throw a skill shot in there.
Soften them up.
You're not revealing any new information, and she just chunked him for 30% of his HP. So that bodes well for the blue team to start off this game. Nidalee off to a fantastic start, and Amumu being behind, not the greatest positions because Amumu is a tank champion that has no innate tanky stats. There's nothing that makes him tanky innately.
what's
So.
even worse for him is that not only that death, but that loss of blue. It's very brutal on an
Yeah.
Amumu early game. He really
He
needs that to clear.
any kind of stat early on. He needs golden level. He's not much without.
Good cancel by Darius.
All right. Good trade. Oh, very good trade. She's gonna block most of the bleed damage, but that was in favor.
Pretty good harassment. Make her second guess.
See, this is smart of Vayne actually pushing in because
Ezreal struggles to farm under tower.
I-
Very much so.
I think he does. No, he does all right, but yeah, you don't want to be Vayne under tower. You don't want to take more time to CS, and you don't want to have the risk of CS going down. Oh, a little bit of a trade in the top lane, but again, Riven is just seemingly playing with him.
And he's getting a little bit of harass. Echo's gonna struggle a bit until he gets his shield up a little bit higher. And he could just get some free harass on him constantly. Pull him out of lane.
Yeah, I think Echo is gonna have to counter wave clear very often because I don't think he has much kill pressure on an Annie, especially if she threatens stuns. That's difficult. Do have a hook in here from Darius. She's gonna get stunned up and she's just gonna walk away.
And he's very confident about pushing right into that tower. She doesn't seem fearful of that Mumu at all.
By the way, I just point out the CS difference now between Nidalee and Amumu. Nidalee out CSing him. Also, look where Nidalee is on the map. Look at the wards placed by the blue team, and look at the Scuttler being taken. Now, the Raptors being taken.
Mumu's just really being punished right now.
Echo trying to set something up here, but oh, nice flash Q stun. She's gonna get the kill on that one again, and pick up
Not the best of friends.
birds. Yeah, Amumu is in a world of trouble now. Now he has to snowball some lane. He's not gonna be
What's even more concerning is that Nidalee
Oh.
has that pickup, that minion, barely saving it.
cheeky spear from the back there. Cheeky spear from the birds.
Darius getting
Oh.
some damage.
Riven.
Not the best idea to trade with Darius at level 5 when you don't know when he's going to hit 6.
There's ways to outplay him as a Riven, but
Nice dodge.
nice dodge, that's right. He's going to have to flash to the other one. Oh,
Another-
dodges the stun. The flash comes out from Riven, the knockup comes up. Nidalee is going to be diving under the tower. She's going to be taking a few turret shots, but she'll be fine. Nice
Riven
dive,
almost
nice
took a
dive.
shot there.
Yeah,
Very well
was
played.
a little bit messy, but well played overall.
This Nidalee's been controlling the map really well. She's ganging lanes.
Look
left,
where
right,
she
and
is right
center,
now. Look-
stealing the jungle.
Oh yeah, she's not letting this Amumu breathe for a second. And Amumu can't counter jungle like she is. He can't just move into her jungle like...
And he's very slow moving. Just note the difference right now in levels. Amumu's level 3 currently. Nidalee's sitting at level
Right.
5. It's quite a big of a difference.
And blue team is the one really pressuring all 3 lanes, actually. They're the ones tending to pressure lanes. Right now, Vayne is pushed in, but Vayne was doing the one pushing in before, so Amumu can't just like waltz on over like Nidalee's doing and say, okay, if you're going to take my farm, I'll take yours.
What-
It's just not going to happen.
What can E-Domination do right now to get back in the game?
Honestly, if I were Amumu, I would be going top lane and just trying to kill for the Darius, because Darius can carry, I think. In games like this, where you're in desperation... Oh, Annie, though.
Nidalee
She's
coming
going to
in.
get... Oh my gosh.
This is just good.
That
What,
was...
what I think Amumu has to do right now is if he's noting his camp's getting taken, he should start warding up his jungle or have his team ward up the jungle. They have no vision.
These skirmishes are happening so fast that I barely have time to talk about them. We do have trying to engage. The exhaust is coming down just to slow him down so he doesn't run away, but oh, that's not good from Nidalee. She might actually... Oh,
No,
the
she got
tower
away.
was not fast enough. Yeah, so in mid lane there was just a nice stun setup and a spear directly from Nidalee. Her spears from the brushes have been really, really good.
Very precise on target for those spears.
Oh, and now we have Darius going low. He is going to be taken down by Riven.
Ezreal taken down again, also in the bot lane.
This is 8-0 at 7 minutes. Nidalee is 4:02. That's 6 of 8 kill participation.
7 minute, almost
This is
5k gold lead.
Yeah, this is out of hand. Like I was saying, I think the lanes are not really in anybody's particular favor, but anything when it
Italy's.
comes to skirmishing or team fighting, blue team seems to have such a strong hand in any kind of combination or any scenario really. Other than diving hard, I think they're
Definitely, Nidalee's definitely been using that pick potential very early on in the game, and it's really coming to fruition for her team.
oh man. Oh man. Let's see what
Nidalee, 7 minutes and 50 seconds has already completed Runeglaive.
and she's
Or
taking
Runic Echoes, my
Amumu's,
apologies.
she's taking Amumu's second blue now.
Look how close they are. One wrong
Yeah.
move by Amumu and it can end badly.
Amumu level 5 to Nidalee's level 7. Echo is in no position to start carrying this game. He built a Negatron cloak as his first item, which is...
Interesting.
I don't think it's the right thing to do. You have a team that often will want to group, and he's just expecting damage from Nidalee and Annie, but realistically, you can actually avoid most of that damage with your safety in lane. You can wave clear and back and not really have to risk any of these things. And the real threats are the AD threats outside of that, I think. But yeah, rushing that Negatron cloak's not going to do much for him, I think. Arius starting on a phage. And Braum completely abandoning his AD carry. Like he
Jump
didn't,
shipped.
Yeah, he didn't even think about it. He just walked on up through the
And
tri-brush.
it may not even be enough to save himself.
It's not
He's
going
in
to matter.
big trouble.
It's not going to matter at all.
Look at the damage coming
Double
out of
kill
Nidalee.
coming out from Nidalee. 6:02 at 9 minutes in the game. Complete. I don't want to say this because it's typically disrespectful, but this is very snobbish looking right now. Like, the blue team is playing wherever they want, and it's all due to Nidalee's early pressure and the lanes basically being in nobody's favor, really. And if your jungle is doing whatever they want and the lanes are stale, well, you know what happens then.
Mumu getting caught again.
Trying to ult and flash away out of desperation. Another combo from Riven up there in the top lane to take out Darius 1v1.
Nice little sidesteps, but not enough, unfortunately.
She is so strong right now. I
Nidalee
don't
at
even
this point in the
think
game
she's
is
bought
able to go
much.
where she wants, when she wants, and there's not much you're able to do about it.
Ezreal just died 1v1 and I have no idea what happened there. This game is all over the place right now. 13 kills, 13-0, 10 minutes in the game.
8k gold lead, almost.
Do you think we'll see a surrender out of this?
I don't think so. I think that they'll stand. Try to fight. the big thing is that if they want to get back in the game, they have to roam the map and stay away from the enemy
You
team.
gotta watch the visual effects around champions. Visual tells. There was the cloud around Annie, and if you look at her debuffs, she has 3 or 4 stacks. You know
Braum
what's
got a little
coming
bit of help
next.
to escape there from Vayne accidentally.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's these are some. Oh, finally something's coming out of this one though. Exhaust put onto Vayne. She's not gonna get stunned up right away though. She will get stunned up now, but Ezreal's actually already ran away. He's gonna have to re-engage to make it back here. And yeah, just the damage threat from Vayne and her ultimate.
She's just chunking
Yeah,
through Braum,
she
even
can
with
actually
that wall.
die right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we have the teleport coming in from Riven.
That was.
Well played by Vayne.
Ezreal and Braum are not on the same page, and that's clear when you saw Braum hitting the stun, still auto-attacking, and Ezreal jumping away. Like, you either have to commit to that stun and burst her down, or run away and don't do anything at all, and that's not what happened.
The biggest issue right now for the purple team, especially Domination, is that they have very little opportunity to farm. They have to farm to catch up, but blue team is putting a stranglehold on them. They have no opportunity. There's massive goal differences
Oh
throughout the
god.
board.
Oh boy. She got it, and she is legendary right now. Fnatic all over this
Running well.
map. Oh, actually, Wing, I think, moved a little
Janna,
bit.
good ult.
Nice ult from Janna. Trying to get stunned up here under the tower. It's not going to happen, though. And they get out all alive. Don't do it. No, Nidalee, don't sacrifice.
The shields. Good reaction time, and the third didn't even get a shot off.
You'd think that she wouldn't want to,
Oh.
sacrifice her perfect score, but one Ezreal Q might do it there. Nope, never mind. Oh, Darius is coming around the side, though. That doesn't... Oh,
I think she.
oh, that was an early ult. He could have still queued. He gets the flash.
kill.
Yeah, he flashes to get the shutdown. He didn't have to do that,
He
though.
could have used this W first, and he would have
Yeah,
had the
he
kill
could have
just the
done a
same.
lot of things first.
Because
It was a
now
little
he's
bit
in
of
trouble
panic.
if Riven engages on him.
When you see a low HP target, you immediately think you can, but
It
you
does
really,
very little base damage, actually. It's
Yeah.
the stacks that really hurt.
Yeah, and he's gonna try and 1v1 Riven. Riven sees the Braum coming up, flashes away. Smarter than that.
What's hard is Braum is trying to let some of the champions soak up XP, but he's really falling behind himself.
I think, yeah, that whole team is falling behind. Ezreal is still level 6. I mean, this is
And Vayne's got 2 levels on the jungler. That's
not looking too healthy for them. Vayne is
Good
just trying
engage.
to 1v3 right now, 1v4 actually.
this could end bad.
Annie coming out from the backside, helping with
Is
the
Vayne gonna-
stuns, the double kills. Echo finally getting a kill off
Flashes
the back
out.
of the Q. Or a passive proc, rather.
Riven getting caught out.
Yeah. See, no matter how far ahead you get, 2 champions beats 1 pretty often.
The teleport from
Pretty
Darius
often.
trying to cut off the Riven. Smart walks the other way, has the vision.
This
Nidalee's
is every
coming.
man for himself right now. Nobody on the purple team is trying to give a hand to each other. They're like, nope, you guys are all screwing it up. I'm going to run away alone. And there are 4 towers to none, 13 minutes in the game, 21-2. That's actually, I haven't seen that many kills in a one-sided game like this early in a long time.
And he almost is approaching actually a Flame Horizon on their on the Echo. And he's just been gotten so much harass on her lane.
You know-
from assistance of Nidalee and everything, and the fights in the middle have really hurt Echo.
Yeah, the purple team can, I think they can do something to get back in here. They can play off the fact that the blue team is being incredibly confident right now. They're using teleports when they shouldn't be using them, or they're not using them for the proper reasons. They're diving like this all the time. Stick together, and you can catch one of these Nidalees pouncing in out. You can bait those out by taking a spear and using sweepers. Get vision control on your side of the map, and then start teaming up and play off of their mistakes.
Yeah, there's definitely a way back in. It's just going to be very difficult, and they have to play smart.
And right now, I mean, it's just a terror.
The problem is they're tunnel visioning so much hard on Nidalee, but they don't realize that the kills are all around, too.
They need somebody there to lock up the
Vayne just
CC,
lurking in the back.
and Italy gets the kill with a spear likely. Oh,
Nidalee not even staying in the ult for
Yeah.
full health. Confidently just walking out.
Amumu gonna go down. Didn't get to do much of that fight. Janna likely
Nidalee
gonna go
hopping
down to
right
the
over the
tower.
wall.
Yeah, Nidalee doing what she wants, but that Darius is still dangerous, even though
Good
his team is
stun
very
ult
far
by-
behind. Darius still has damage on him. They're gonna be taking this tower though, I think.
Nothing they could do.
No, Vayne is very far ahead, 6-1 and 5, doubling the CS of Ezreal. Right? You don't even have to say anything about the differences. I mean, 15 minutes in the game and they're pushing inhibitor towers. It's not a good sign. Annie has been top the whole time, by the way. They've had 5v4 opportunities fairly often. It's just that their ways in have not been stellar. And when
Right.
Amumu has gone in, for some reason the team isn't following up properly, and Amumu dies.
Mind you, there's
and now
not-
there is an actual engage here. Nice Braum ulti into Amumu ulti. The shutdown comes down. This is exactly what I was talking about. You're given a 4v5 opportunity all the time.
Nice
Play off
work.
of the mistakes of your opponent. So, great job. They brought
there.
themselves back in slightly, but it might be too little too late.
I just want to add, by the way, that E-Domination isn't playing a terrible game. What's bad for them is that everything they try to do,
Oh boy.
blue team is just picking up and doing it better. When purple teams tries to rotate, there's
It all
huge
started
rotation.
off with that Nidalee.
Yeah.
It's just, she brought so much pressure that stale lanes turned into winning lanes, and Amumu turned into useless. He was basically not a presence on the map for the first 8 minutes whatsoever, so that's really the story of the beginning of the game.
He hasn't even had an opportunity yet, you could see, to finish his jungle item. He has other items he has to build. You can tell he's afraid of the Nidalee. He's building a lot of magic resist.
Yeah, the Ezreal ultimate coming out, not doing too much, maybe just cutting the minion wave in half. But they will likely get this last inhibitor if they group up as 5, because the threat of the team fight here and Annie having Flash and her Tibbers up, it's I don't think anything these 5 champions can do can actually
Riven
stand
just
up to
hopping
that.
right over the wall.
Oh, nice EOA though from Ezreal, getting away from that Flash, or getting away from that stun rather. Oh, it was a Flash from Ezreal. It's not going to matter. Riven just does what she wants and the enemies don't run away fast enough. This looks like a very fast game. This looks like E-Domination going to be going down fairly soon.
Nidalee surviving that from a beautiful general.
Oh man. Look at the scores now though. Nidalee 11, 2, and 7. That wasn't even the most impressive score to time ratio that we saw this game though, I think. It was pretty impressive when at 7 or 8 minutes she was 6-0 and 2. Oh, nice pull in there from Darius, but the stun comes out from Annie.
And the
Darius,
ignite is enough
yeah.
to burn him down.
Darius, Echo, Mumu going down from all the AoE. It doesn't matter what it's coming out from. WP going to be taking this game in a very convincing fashion. Didn't have much doubts from that after the first 5 minutes of the game. Clearly we saw Nidalee just turn that game on its head from the very beginning. And the solo kills, repeated mistakes, repeated being caught out, did not help thereafter.